Hi, I'm Jean Nolte, editor at Fons & Porter.
And I'm Colleen Tauke. I'm the sewing specialist with Fons & Porter. In this Sew Easy, we're going to show you how to piece curves.
Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to show you how to make this block, which is a basic drunkard's path block. And it has only two pieces, and here they are. So we got a background piece and a fill-in piece.
Correct. Now, as we begin with these pieces, what we want to do is find the center of each of the curves. So we're going to fold and pinch. I would just at home put a little crease there, but if it makes you feel more comfortable, just bring in a pencil or a pen and just mark that very center spot.
And you want to stay inside the 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Correct. And we're going to do the same exact thing here. We're going to fold this curve, just put a little crease there, open it up, and make a little matching notch. Okay, now we need to put these pieces together. So we're going to put right sides together, and you think, how in the world am I going to sew that together? Well, we always want to work with a smile, so we're going to put the smile on top. So this is our smile. Then we're going to come in here, matching those registration little marks we put on the seam allowance, and we're going to put a small bite into the seam allowance with a pin. Then we're going to come to each of the beginning and the end of that curve, matching the corners. And here we're going to put in a pin, and we're going to make a little bit larger bite because we want this to stay put. Same thing on this end. Match corners and place a pin to keep it stable. Now it looks like, that's a lot of fabric. I promise you we can get it all in. As we come over to the sewing machine here, we are going to put it under our presser foot. Make sure we have a 1/4 inch seam set for our sewing machine, know where that's at. And as we take just the first couple of stitches, we're going to remove the pins.
You put that pin in just a little bit away from the edge so you can take a couple of stitches before you head to take it out.
Right, I want to hold everything in place, but I don't really want to run over the pins just in case I would damage the tip of the needle in the sewing machine. And then just slowly work your way along. This isn't a race, it's more about determination and getting that curve, following the outer edge right at your 1/4 inch seam allowance. And you're going to see that I'm just taking a few stitches at a time and work my way around that curve.
If your needle, or if your sewing machine has a needle down so that it stops with the needle down, you'd want to set it that way. So every time you stop, you've got that needle holding it together and you can pivot a little bit.
Okay, take the pin as I get to it. And just remember, you can always take a break, readjust the fabric, remember to breathe.
This really isn't that hard, but you just have to go a little bit slowly. And it might take 1 or 2 tries to make them look really smooth, but it really, once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty quickly.
And you can nudge it along. There, everybody's correct.
There. Looks like it's going to work.
Somehow all that fullness just comes out in the end.
But it's really important to have the smile piece on the top.
Because that one has the most give, so that way your curve will turn out nice and smooth when you're done. Okay, so all that fullness is now worked out. We're going to open and we're going to go into press the block. And you want to make sure you open that seam allowance all the way up to the stitching line, all the way along. Don't leave a fake ditch in there.
Give that one final press. And you know, these blocks will just sort of automatically put the seam allowances toward that background piece all on their own. And there you go, another finished block.
Thanks for joining us today.
For more Sew Easy lessons, go to fonsandporter.com.